Good evening. It's time for the news on Times Television TTV. You're with me, Ronald Mpaso. First, the headlines. FDH Financial Holdings contemplates changing its shareholding structure as convicted Tom Mpinganjira risks losing his shares. Leader of opposition Kondwa Nkrumah calls on the government to remove taxes incorporated in fuel prices. And the Defense and Security Committee of Parliament warns that it will flush out all illegal gold traders. We have these and other stories. Stay with us. In our first story, a cautionary statement Times has seen has announced that FDH Financial Holdings Limited's shareholders are in discussions which may result in changes to the group's shareholding structure. This is happening as the group's founder, Tom Mpinganjira, risks losing his shares in FDH Financial Holdings Limited following his conviction and sentencing to 9 years imprisonment in the judge bribery case. The Financial Services Act forbids convicts from holding shares in a financial institution. Justin Mkweu has a report.
The development comes following the conviction of the group's founder and one of the major shareholders, Thompson Mpinganjira. Section 13, subsection B of Fit and Proper Directive of 2018, contained in the Financial Services Act, forbids convicts from holding shares of a financial institution. The law says a person shall not be eligible to serve as a shareholder if he has been convicted of dishonesty or fraud, forgery, perjury, money laundering, or any other material breach of the financial service law. Mpinganjira was convicted last month and was consequently sentenced this month to 9 years in prison. Reserve Bank of Malawi spokesperson Ralph Sega said discussions are still underway, therefore the central bank cannot comment on the matter. One of the shareholders, Old Mutual Chief Executive Officer Edith Gia, said they are aware of the matter and they are working with the board and M Development to come with a solution in the shortest time possible. One of M Development officials, William Mpinganjira, was not immediately available for a comment. FDH Financial Holdings is a parent company of FDH Bank PLC, FDH Money Bureau, and First Discount House.
Leader of opposition Kondwa Nkrumah has called on the government to remove taxes incorporated in fuel prices. Nkrumah was addressing the press today after visiting some business places in Blantyre to assess the social and economic impact of fuel on small and medium enterprises. Our reporter Gary Samati has more.
Nkrumah visited different places of business in Blantyre to observe challenges that business owners and customers are facing in Malawi. He says the tour is in line with the planned sitting of Parliament in November, where he aims to represent the needs of Malawians by observing the situation on the ground. Expressing tough business conditions in the country, one of the owners of a shop in Limbi told Nkrumah that commodities are expensive due to tough importation capacities. After visiting Limbi Market, Shoprite at Chichiwi Shopping Mall, Ndirande Market, and Blantyre Market, Nkrumah held a briefing where he said the government should remove tax from the fuel commodity to reduce the cost of fuel.
All this is happening while the take-home package of those workers, whether in the civil service or the private sector, remains the same. We have been told of the 100,000 tax bracket, but as you look at the feeding now and the impact now, you find that that 100,000 tax bracket has already been eroded. And it is a call to the Tonse Alliance government to reconsider its position. Yes, they have increased the price of fuel for now, but what I'm asking for this government to do is that they should now start thinking of revisiting or revising some of the fuel levies they have put on fuel. Because if you are buying 1,150 kwacha per liter fuel today, No, that is not its actual price. There's another bracket that is being controlled by the fuel levels.
The Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority has attributed the recent fuel hike to trends on the international market.
The Defense and Security Committee of Parliament has warned that it will flush out illegal gold traders. The committee's chairperson, Ralph Juma, made the remarks today in Lilongwe when the Reserve Bank of Malawi appeared before the committee to brief it on the security of gold that the institution is buying in the country. Wezi Gausi reports.
Anyone else buying and smuggling gold outside the country apart from the Reserve Bank of Malawi is committing a crime. The committee says they are going to coordinate all security agencies in the country so that they come up with one voice on how to deal with the vice. Juma expressed worry that a lot of gold is still being smuggled outside the country, even though there is a structured market at the Reserve Bank.
For the 3 months that the Reserve Bank has been involved, they have already bought gold more than 1.5 billion wacha. Just them buying from small-scale miners, and they're not buying everything. Some small-scale miners are still exporting through illegal.
The Reserve Bank Governor Wilson Banda called on the committee to intensify security in the gold sector. Recently, the Minister of Industry, Loika Chale Banda, said the country has realized about 400 million kwacha from gold since the establishment of a structured market by the Reserve Bank of Malawi. The gold structured market is operated on a weekly basis in mining hotspots of Nsanama in Machinga, Chitimbe and Chaima in Balaka, Lisungwi in Nchewu, and Matapira in Lilongwe, among others.
Minister of Agriculture, Lobin Lowe, says his ministry has plans to revamp banana farming in the country through the Kulima program and empowering smallholder farmers to take up the trade. He said this today during a tour with the European Union Ambassador to Malawi, Rune Skinbash, and other European Union country ambassadors and delegates at Tuchira Residential Training Center in Mulanje, where he went around the institution's banana nursery. More in this report by Tembeka Kumalo.
Through the Kulima program funded by European Union, Tuchira RTC will supply 6,000 banana suckers to farmers across the country. Currently, they have supplied 23,000 suckers to 7 districts, with a majority of 9,000 suckers supplied to Mulanje. Lowe said farmers should prepare their land to farm bananas using the recommended method set by the Kulima project.
The industry was heavily affected by banana bunchlet virus, so they have established a nursery with their support, whereby over 60,000 green material in terms of suckers will be distributed to farmers, and this is very encouraging. And what impresses me most is involvement of farmers. We have so many crops and we visited one. Very encouraging. As farmers, there is a future. Farmers or banana production in Mulanje is likely to be revamped.
Ambassador Skinback said he is impressed with the work that the Kulima project is doing to bring back the banana industry in the country. He said the EU is prepared to aid the government's efforts in bringing back the banana industry in the country through sustainable projects like Kulima.
We know that 3 years ago there were no bananas here, and now we have over 6 acres of bananas. This at the training center, it is spreading out to neighboring villages. We think it's a very encouraging start. There's a huge potential, and we endeavor to remain committed, assisting governments in its efforts to disseminating this success throughout the country.
The EU is also funding the Afikepo project that is encouraging people, especially those that are pregnant, breastfeeding, and have children between the ages of 0 and 5 to eat within the 6 food groups.
Mzuzu University and the University of Zambia are embarking on a 2-year research project focusing on food insecurity in urban areas. The 2 universities will use Mzuzu and Lusaka cities as their case studies to understand how food produced can be supplied to the cities. Sam Kalimira reports.
Speaking during a brainstorming session of academicians from both institutions, Mzuni Deputy Vice Chancellor Wapumuka Mwafu said the university understands that good policies of the nation are made from credible research, hence embarking on the food security study. Mwafu said the research will generate important evidence which can guide policymakers on interventions that can help fight food insecurity in urban areas.
You see, in urban areas, there are poor people, and these poor people do not always have easy access to food, and that, but even when the food is available, sometimes the quality is not always guaranteed. So it's important that the research is undertaken so it can help us to understand how the food is produced and how it is transported from point A to point B, and also that is made available to the people that need it in condition which can also improve their health as well.
On his part, University of Zambia lecturer in the Department of Geography and Environmental Studies, Gilbert Siwame, said people and policymakers are only concerned on farm produce and very little is done to control crop losses.
How much is food staying in the chain from the harvest stage to the market? And if it is staying longer, what happens to the nutrition value of the food? And then we ask, if we find the answers to these questions, how should we act as a collective to ensure that, one, food loss is reduced, two, food stays less time in the chain.
The research project is drawing its funds from the Australian Centre for International Agricultural Research. ACIAR team leader Leah Ndungu said government of Australia is funding the project because it is interested with partnerships amongst developing countries, Malawi and Zambia inclusive. According to the latest research, Mzuzu and Lusaka cities are fast growing at 5.6 and 4.9%, and access to quality food is one of the challenges.
You're watching the news on Times Television, TTV. We now take a break. We'll be back shortly.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like if your bank was really there for you, as they say? We mean really there for you when you need to recharge. Or your most intimate moments. You got it right here. While you're focused on things that matter, you can trust that First Capital Bank is focused on you.
If there's one thing that all soaps do, it's wash. From buckets to basins, bathrooms to streams, and everything in between.
All soaps wash.
Yes, but Protex is different. Its reinvented formula with flaxseed oil boosts your skin's natural anti-germ defenses by 10 times more, protecting you against 99.9% of germs. So what keeps us healthy?
Protex!
Good health starts here.
St. Louis High School in Deza invites students across the country to sit for the 2022 academic year entrance examinations. An non-refundable entry fee of 8,000 Waja must be deposited into the following bank account. Standard Bank, account number 910-000-419-7337. Name, St. Louis High School, Branch Deza. The Form 1 and Form 3 entrance examinations shall be held as follows. In the Northern Region, at Katoto Secondary School in Mzuzu. Central Region, Lilonge TTC, Lilonge Primary School, and in Deza, St. Louis High School campus. And in the Southern Region, at Blantyre Secondary School. The date for the administration of the Form 1 and Form 3 entry examinations at St. Louis High School is on Saturday, 20th November 2021. Hurry, get your application forms from these centers from Monday, 4th October 2021 or via email and WhatsApp on 0994-755-333 and 0995-475-282. Email stlouishighschool21@gmail.com. Website www.stlouishighschool.com. Fees per term is 270,000 kwacha.
Welcome back. President Lazarus Chakwera has received letters of credence from the new Egyptian ambassador to Malawi, and his name is Muhammad El Sharif. El Sharif presented the letters to President Chakwera today at Kamuzu Palace in Lilongwe, where he pledged to advance common goals the two countries share. Matthews Kasanda has the details.
Speaking to journalists at Kamuzu Palace, Sharif said Egypt and Malawi have common values and will work together to overcome development challenges. He says the two countries have a long history since independence and have common values and shared aspirations to achieve. Sharif further said Chakwera has shared with him guidelines of achieving the aspirations.
And also we have in Egypt the agenda for 2030. So the common goals that will help us in the Egyptian embassy, and for me personally to work together with my colleagues in the embassy and my colleagues and brothers in the concerned authorities here in Malawi, and they're in forefront at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, how to help both people, the Egyptian people and the Malawian people, to come closer and to achieve their goals of development, security, stability.
The new Egyptian ambassador to Malawi explained that the agreement between the two countries includes the free trade zone.
As one way of reducing challenges faced by prisoners, Center for Human Rights Education, Advice and Assistance, CREA, has suggested the need to make correctional facilities self-reliant. The remarks have been made days after reports indicated that prisoners at Zomba Maximum Security Prison are spending days without water due to unpaid bills. For more, here is Thomas Kachere.
Prisons were meant to correct one's behavior and not to punish or bring death. However, Malawi's prisons are worse with inhuman conditions. This is despite a 2009 court judgment that was passed and ordered the Malawi government to have the number of prisoners in prisons within 8 months. Recently, reports indicated that prisoners at Zomba Maximum Security were being put to harsh conditions, including staying for days without water. However, spokesperson for Malawi Prison Service, Chimamushawa, says the issue about water came into being because there was a disconnection. Meanwhile, Executive Director for Center for Human Rights Education, Advice and Assistance, CREA, Victor Mhangu, says there is need to make the facilities self-reliant.
We should make prisons self-reliant, to let the prisoners take care of themselves. They should have farms, and maybe the government should just provide machineries to make sure that I think the prisoners they should produce their own food and maybe sell some of the food, other than relying for food from the budget which comes from the treasury. We think that this is not sustainable. We have heard that the prisoners that are suffering at Zomba Maximum, we heard that I think they have stayed for 5 days or so without water. This is very bad, and we believe that this is inhuman because water is life. The prisoners are supposed to use water for their cleanliness, for food, and even cleaning their toilets. So when subjecting a population of 2,000 plus in a cell without water, This is inhumane.
Torture, inhuman or degrading treatment is not allowed in prisons. Former South African President late Nelson Mandela once said, and I quote, "No one truly knows a nation until one has been inside its jails."
And in news just coming in, Daud Suleiman has been appointed as the new Director General of the Malawi Communications Regulatory Authority, MACRA. This has been disclosed on the official website, Facebook page of the Minister of Information, Gospel Kazako. First Lady Monica Chakwera has committed to raising awareness on different types of cancer in Malawi and beyond. Madam Chakwera made the commitment during a fundraising dinner in honor of Think Pink Malawi founder late Blandina Kondowe. Kondowe is celebrated in Malawi for her work in raising awareness on breast cancer. Rebecca Shimjeka has filed this report, which is being read by Taonga Sabola.
The late Blandina Kondowe launched the Think Pink initiative to raise awareness for breast cancer. Speaking in Lilongwe on Tuesday evening, First Lady Madam Monica Chakwera said the late Blandina Kondowe was a fearless woman who wanted to save the lives of women from cancer. Minister of Health Kumbizeka Ndodo Chiponda called on women in the country to go for cancer screening. The fundraising event took place on Blandina Kondowe's birthday, the 12th of October. She would have been 41 this year.
For every healthcare provider, please do not be the cause of the delay in starting treatment. Refer the women with any suspected breast abnormality to right diagnostic services. It is time that we all rise as a nation to support and invest in the provision of essential diagnostic and comprehensive cancer care and treatment services.
Vice President Saulos Chirima's wife Mary Chirima was among the guests, and she donated 750,000 kwacha to the Think Pink initiative. Blandina Kondowe was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2013 and recovered from the same. However, the infection resurfaced in 2017 and Kondowe became a breast cancer advocate with two initiatives, the Think Pink Malawi and Hope for Cancer Foundation.
As part of its social corporate responsibility, Old Mutual Blantyre Foundation Trust has donated 10 million kwacha to St. Luke's Hospital towards the purchase of assorted medical equipment for the hospital's theatre. Chairperson for the trust, Taonga Manda, said they made the donation after noting the crucial role the hospital plays in providing quality health services to residents of Zomba, Machinga and other surrounding districts. DSM Wenjeza has filed this report read by Edita Soko.
Speaking during the event, Manda said the donation was part of activities targeted to make a positive impact across the country.
We were informed that they have constructed a new theatre with 2 rooms. They used to operate with 1 theatre, and it was not enough looking at the demand that they had. So we were informed that they have constructed a new theatre with 2 rooms, but they did not have enough equipment. So they made an appeal to Old Mutual Foundation to come in and help. So today is a special day where Old Mutual is donating 10 million towards buying equipment for this new theatre that have been constructed. They have a budget of 22 million, but Old Mutual is donating 10 million.
St. Luke's Hospital Chief Administrator, Wina Siboma, applauded Old Mutual for the donation, which he said will enable the newly constructed theatre, which was lacking equipment, to be fully functional. He said the hospital was in dire need of 22 million kwacha, and the 10 million kwacha would help narrow the gap for purchasing medical equipment for the theatre.
We need more funding to procure the remaining equipment so that we can provide quality surgical services to the community around. You know, as I said in my speech, we save about 89,000 people from Machinga and Zomba, but also because this is an old hospital with a good history, so we also receive patients all over Eastern region of Malawi. So we need that equipment indeed to serve the population better.
St. Luke's Hospital, which is located in Zomba, is run by the Anglican Diocese of Upper Shire and serves a population of around 89,000.
That's the news for now, but before we go, the headlines again. FDH Financial Holdings contemplates changing its shareholding structure as convicted Tom Mpinganjira risks losing his shares. Leader of Opposition Kondwa Nankuma calls on the government to remove taxes incorporated in fuel prices. And the Defense and Security Committee of Parliament has warned that it will flush out illegal gold traders. Remember, you can get more on these and other stories by visiting our website www.times.mw, liking our Facebook page Times 360 Malawi, subscribing to 1895 and following us on Twitter at Times 360 Malawi. Remember to wash your hands regularly, observe social and physical distance, mask up and get vaccinated to prevent COVID-19. Stay safe. You've been with me, Ronald Mpaso. Have a lovely night.